Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing, single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We are also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebartogo.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today we have a special show here at the ABV Barrel Shop where we're sitting at the tasting bar hanging out with McNew, who stopped in after being here for a concert. My name is Steve Akeley, joined by McNew and Darren McCroy. What's up, gang?
Hey, guys.
Hey, y'all.
Darren, before we get to just hanging out with McNew here and kind of find out why she's in town and what she's got going on and all that kind of stuff, you said there's something you wanted to talk about, small talk-wise.
So, how far is too far for you for a day trip?
Okay.
What is your limit that you're willing to drive? And does it change based off what you're driving to? Like, if you're going to a cornfield, the limit's 10 minutes, or...
Okay. I think this is a good one. I would say my outer limit for a day trip is,
not getting a hotel room, any of that.
is 5 hours. So that's a 5-hour drive, which means 5 hours there. It's going to be 5 hours coming back. So you're 10 hours on the road.
Yeah.
And I've done that a lot of times, going up to see Royce for whatever. And so he's about 5 hours from me, and that's it. I've done further than that, and I will do that. I just don't like it. Went out to the craziest one I ever went to. Went out to like somewhere in Kansas when we had a Greyhound. We went to the Greyhound Museum, but we couldn't give up any time, so we had my mom watch the cat when she was like a little kid, like 3 years old, just for the day. So drove all the way out to Kansas, went to the museum in the late afternoon, and drove all the way back in one day. That was like 16 hours on the road.
And Kansas is not a fun state to drive through.
God,
no.
Zero fun. God, no. That was a long day. But I didn't like that. So 5 hours is good for me. That's go up, have lunch with somebody, take care of a little business, and come back home. But that's a very long day. You're tired at the end of that one.
Oh, yeah. You're definitely exhausted. Is there a range, like, for the different events, like going to Kentucky to visit distilleries? I feel like is something that we easily all can commit to 4 or 5 hours. But for a museum again, how far would you drive for a museum?
No.
At your current age?
Current age, maybe a little less than that. Maybe like 4 hours. But yeah, I could go 4 hours and make it still a day trip. 8 hours on the road. That sounds about right to me. McNew, we feel like we know you. You've been coming a lot to St. Louis, and a lot of that's been day. This was not a day trip. You did spend the night, but yeah, you've been kind of doing the back and forth. And what are we, 4 hours from you, or?
Yeah, it's technically 5, but I get an hour back.
Okay,
so,
right.
But I do think 5 hours is the limit. But being in Indianapolis is great because I have a lot of great cities like surrounding me. So like Chicago's a day trip, St. Louis, Louisville, Cincinnati. I think Nashville has to be an overnight trip, even though it's only 6 hours. It feels like a haul down 65. And it depends on the event. Like, if I'm just going to come in for, like, a little festival or to see somebody, like, yeah, I'll probably turn around and go home. But I know if we're going to be, like, at a concert or an event and we're going to be drinking a lot, I'm like, should probably just stay the night. Yeah. Just get a room, stay with a friend.
Right.
Like, I think the event we're going to matters in that, too.
Yeah.
So
you're a young guy.
I hadn't thought about like the event standard. I was because this is what I do. I go and I'll go hike new places, And I have everything 3 hours covered. So I was looking at new places that were like 4 hours away. And, but when I go on a hike too, I go on a 10-mile hike. So I need some time to get that done.
Right.
And
yeah, you're going to be pushing it.
Yeah.
10-mile hike and then
I feel like
over
that's
3
a
hours
long drive after a hike.
Yeah.
Like I would just want to be like, put me in a room, I don't even camp, but a tent or something.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm probably going to end up camping them or something like that,
Yeah.
right? But it's a thing I've been thinking about. But anything that is within 4 hours, I say, if I have any interest, it's a no-brainer. I'll do it. Let's go.
Right.
And if you text me something the night before and I'm off, let's go, right? Like that.
Right.
That I don't need it planned out. I don't need to be mentally prepared for it. It's just get in the car and go. Bonus points if we can get up early and do it. And that is where, like, a lot of times, like on those 3 hour hikes, you get up at 4 to leave.
So you're there at 7.
Yes.
Get a good start. Yeah.
Get a good start done, because depending on pace, like the first mile of the trail is always a lot slower for me because I'm just looking around at everything, and then I can start booking it until I get to something cool, and then I'll get distracted. So you're talking 5-6 hours.
Yeah.
Get lunch, and then you're back home by dinner time.
Yeah. Have you done a turkey run in Indiana?
No,
It's
I have.
beautiful.
I have a list of everywhere in Indiana.
Okay, well, I recommend Turkey Run.
No, Turkey Run is gorgeous. I've seen the pictures. There's an app called All Trails.
Okay.
And when I'm bored, I just scroll through different states
you have
hiking
like a trail
trails.
bucket list.
Right.
Yeah, no, I literally do. It's called Bucket.
That's funny.
Yeah. Yeah, I do think we're lucky in the Midwest where we're at, and the ability, like McNew was saying, just to be able to get in the car and, if you go 5 or 6 hours, you put a circle around, how many great cities can you go
There's
to and
so
stuff like that?
many. Yeah.
That are different and unique, and you certainly get some of that if you lived in, a big city like New York. Yeah, 5 or 6 hours gets you about anywhere on the East Coast, which is pretty wild, but those aren't the places I want to go. I like the stuff around here, so it works out pretty well. If you're like in LA, 5 or 6 hours doesn't get you anywhere.
It
goes
like
from
you
one
get
side
out of
to
the
the
city.
LA to the other. Yeah, one side with the traffic, it's one side to the other, and then you start going. Well, I'll go east. Well, that doesn't even get you to Vegas or anything. I mean,
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I do think we're lucky because, like, even Chicago, I love Chicago, but so I usually make that an overnight trip because there's so many things I want to pack into a weekend.
Yeah. Right.
Where it's like, we can go to a Cubs game, but I'm like, but I want this museum, and there's this event happening. So I'm like, Chicago is always going to be an overnight, even though it's only 3 hours, easily done in a day, but there's just too much I want to do there.
Yeah.
So, bonus question here. What is your guys' favorite Midwestern city to visit? Because we have a great selection of cities. Again, all in that 5 to 7 hour drive.
They could all be favorites for different reasons.
I know. That's why it's a hard question.
Because it's like, pick your favorite child. Like, I don't know. I like St. Louis because I have friends here. It's great. It's great whiskey friends. I like Chicago because I worked there and I have really great memories and there's 1,000 things to do. And I love Cincinnati because I have friends there. Like, it's hard to pick.
You can't not pick Louisville, right?
Yeah.
Like, Louisville has to be in the conversation.
Louisville, yeah,
Louisville's
that's absolutely fair.
wonderful people, wonderful friends, 1,000 things to do. Like, one of my favorite ways to spend a Saturday is to, like, go in early and just, like, park somewhere, like, near Whiskey Row and just bar hop all the distilleries and bars. Like, you're trashed by the end of the day, but it's, like, the best day ever.
Yep.
It's my favorite way to spend a Saturday.
Yep. I think my answer's got to be Omaha. I think Omaha is a great, underrated city.
Okay,
Really?
Omaha's
What's fun
not
to do in
even
Omaha?
in my wheelhouse.
Right,
Like,
me either.
I don't even...
The zoo is literally one of the best. It is one of two that I will say is better than the St. Louis Zoo, hands down, bar none.
Really?
And every time I go there, it is impressive. They have a jungle building that is about the size, like, it goes from, like, just speaking of our zoo, from our reptile house to the end of the new primate thing.
Right.
That would be that chunk. And you enter at the canopy of the trees, and you see everything that lives up top, and then you slowly wind your way down.
That is... Okay, that's cool.
I've spent 4 hours in this one building.
What besides the zoo, though? So I get it if you're a big zoo guy.
Yeah.
But not all the audience is really big into zoos. Matter of fact, zoos... it's divisive, really.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people don't want to see animals in cages and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Well, no matter how cool they look,
Yeah.
and I'm sure they have great displays there. But there's a whole contingent of people who hate zoos, any sort of thing to do with it.
Yeah.
So you mark out the zoo. What else is in Omaha that's
So I have been a couple times during the Little League World Series, or not the Little League World Series, the College World Series.
Yeah.
And they'll have 80 baseball games going on across the city, and there's a couple really neat museums. It's not that far away, and it feels kind of like St. Louis, right?
Okay.
Like Louisville, even though they're about the same size as St. Louis, feels different. I don't know what it is. Just feels different. But it kind of feels like St. Louis, and I like that.
It does kind of feel like home there.
Yeah.
It's weird. It is weird. It feels smaller, but a more intimate
Yeah.
version of St. Louis.
And really good food. Every time
Yeah.
I've been there, I've been impressed by their food. So
Yeah.
I think Omaha is the underrated choice.
Okay.
Yeah. I hate to give Ohio credit for anything, but Columbus is actually a cool city to
Columbus
visit.
is a good city.
Like the Kosai Museum, fucking great museum.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
went for the King Tut exhibit, but we spent all day just like going through things and playing with things meant for kids, but it's fascinating because it's all the science behind how things work. So I do recommend the Kosai Museum, even though, we're Ohio haters, but
Right. To me, a fun city to go to. Memphis. I like the barbecue.
Yeah.
I just
That was on my list,
It's a cool
too.
place to listen to music and stuff like that. It's crowded, but not as bad as Nashville. And I always like Memphis, and getting ready to go there on Labor Day of this year. So yeah. So that's
you guys are going to the pyramid, right?
Well, we're staying in the pyramid, which is
it's at
going to
the
be cool.
Bass Pro Shop.
Yes, yeah. It's the Bass Pro Shop has a hotel inside of it, which is like this great mountain lodge type of thing. And we got the inner inner hotel. So you look out, you go out on a balcony, and you overlook the store. And
That's
which
going to be
is
fascinating.
it is.
They turned a Bass Pro Shop into a resort.
I know. It's like all inclusive in that there's like multiple restaurants there and places to eat and drink. And,
Yeah, you literally don't have to leave the property.
Right. So that's probably what we're going to be doing there. So that'll be interesting to see is there enough there to keep you entertained for a couple days?
Do you have to leave?
Yeah. Do you have to leave?
I will say the Memphis Zoo is a good one if you're needing something outside to do.
Yeah, I've been to the Memphis Zoo.
Are you going
Memphis
to
Zoo is good.
Elvis's house? What is it, Graceland?
Graceland. I've been there before. Not going to go on this trip, but yeah, I do enjoy going there. It's a sight to behold for sure.
Okay, so that's a place I haven't been to yet.
Oh yeah.
It's one of those where I'm like, is it going to be cool, or I'm going to be mad because I wasted my time? I was on the fence about it, honestly.
It's interesting. It's still fascinating to this stage. Someone who is dirt poor, what happens when they become one of the most famous people in the world? With all this money, but they're also insulated by all these people and stuff like that. Kind of sticks to his roots, but kind of goes off the rails too. And then you just see it in the decor, you see it in the place, and then you also think, damn, that would have been fun to be part of this.
Yeah.
When he was famous and to be one of the crew hanging out with him, that would have had to be some good times for sure.
Yeah.
So, but it also would have been incredibly sad to see him kind of spiraling downward. So it's the Elvis story's interesting, and it's pure Americana.
Yep.
Yeah.
Another underrated city, just last one before we... I thought of this one and I might like it more than Omaha. But I love Springfield, Illinois.
Oh, yeah.
With the Abraham Lincoln Museum.
Oh, so did you go to that?
Yeah.
Yes. Did you take the tour?
Yes.
Did you see the show about the ghosts of...
Yes.
Did you see the guy who told the story of the thing?
I'm sure I did.
He's not real.
Really?
That whole fucking guy's a holograph.
What?
Really?
You don't even know that. They don't explain that in there.
They should.
That guy's not real.
Huh.
That whole thing, he goes through that, and at the end, the big grand ending is he's talking, and then he kind of disappears and goes off. He talks about, this place is filled with ghosts, and then he just kind of disappears. That was a cool special effect. I wonder how they did it. No, because he's not real. Everyone thinks that's a real dude, and yes.
Surely it's based off like a real dude for modeling.
I don't know. He comes out and he taps on the microphone. He's like, "Can you hear me?" and stuff like that.
Yeah,
that's all. I've seen it more than once. It's all exactly the same.
Huh.
It's kind of interactive, and then like everybody's, "Oh yeah, we can hear you." That's all set up, and I don't know a lot of people that have done that. And I don't like telling them beforehand. Here we're saying on the podcast,
yeah,
but
just ruined it for
because no one knows that until you see it more than once. You're like, this is the exact same jokes told at the exact same time by the exact same guy.
Huh. I'm going to have to go back because I wasn't very old the last time I went there. I was like 12, right? So I don't quite remember that far back.
Yeah.
It was a long time ago.
It's wild.
I've never been. I want to go. I'm interested now. I'm
Yeah.
curious now.
Yeah, it's unbelievable, really. That something could be that good that most people just think was the real guy that presented it. I wonder how they did that little thing where he turns it, he vaporizes at the end. How did they do that?
Building museums is one of the most fascinating things ever.
Yeah.
I love museums. Like, I think it's like, people think they're nerdy. I would spend days in museums. Like, just let's go to a museum. I love it.
I have a friend who works for the Smithsonian and like display designs, and the stuff that they think about is insane.
Yeah. That place, it makes your head spin because what you're seeing is only such a small percentage of all the cool shit that they have.
So she's wanting me to come out because she works at the Natural History Museum at the Smithsonian there. That's how I know her. And she's like, come out and we'll go down in the archives. Okay. They can't put the cool stuff out, basically.
Wow.
Right.
And the Natural History one, I believe, has one of the largest archives of any of the Smithsonian. Of just everything. Like, yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. All right, what are we going to be drinking here, Darren?
We are going to be drinking our newest pick from Dark Arts. It is a 10-year-old single barrel bourbon coming in at 132.88 proof.
Okay. Let's hear a cork pop there. All right, great. All right, what we'll do next, we'll take it out to break as Darren pours these. We'll come back, we'll give this thing a taste. And we're just hanging out here at the ABV Barrel Shop. This is the kind of stuff we do. McNew stopped in. We'll talk about what she's doing here and all that kind of stuff. We'll get to all that after the break. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Speaking of Executive Bourbon Steward certification, the ABV Barrel Shop in St. Louis, Missouri has developed a unique partnership with the Stave and Thief Society to offer a preparatory class to assist you in getting your Executive Bourbon Steward certification. This prep class costs only $25 and is available to take live or online via Zoom. Graduates of our class receive a coupon code good for 15% off your Executive Bourbon Steward certification held in Louisville, Kentucky. This saves you almost $90. Additionally, you can collaborate with fellow attendees to split travel costs when you go to Louisville. If you're interested in signing up for the class, simply head over to abvbarrelshop.com and check out the classes and events page. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in the spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com. And now, back to the show.
This is Lenny Eckstein, and to set the record straight, I am a vegan, and you're listening to the Bourbon Daily.
All right, everybody, welcome back. Here we are at the ABV Barrel Shop Tasting Bar. It's me, Colonel Steve. We got McNew here, as well as Darren. We're just sipping on some 10-year-old Dark Arts, right?
Yeah. This
purple label. Darren just told us for the purple label, what does that mean? If you see a purple label, what do we know about that?
So this is something many people have been confused because we've had the green label several times.
Right, they walk in, they were like, I already tried that one. No,
yeah.
you haven't.
No, it just got here. I haven't even unpacked it yet.
You tried one with the green label.
Yeah.
Yes.
So most of the time the colors are all mash bill specific.
Right.
And so green is rye, orange is single malt, red is the high rye bourbon, black is the barely legal bourbon, and then purple, which I'm saying this is completing our rainbow collection because there is a couple new colors, but I don't think they're 100% out yet.
Okay.
Is anything that's 10 plus years old.
Okay.
Now, both of the ones I've had have been this same mash bill, the 60-30-10, so that might be whatever he has the most of in this older age group. But
yeah. I guess he does some special bottlings too. I've never seen a bottle like this, but Josh Dale pulled up a photo of a hazmat that he did.
Oh.
And it was in a totally different style bottle, all this cool stuff on there. It could be AI generated. I'm not 100%. You don't know anymore, right?
Yeah, no.
That's what
it's getting
sucks
harder
anymore.
to tell. Which
Right.
I hate admitting. I hate admitting that, but it's harder
it is
to
getting
tell.
harder to tell. Could that be just someone fucking around? I don't know. Maybe.
yeah.
I have no idea. But he's like,
also, who would take the time to do that and post it out there? I don't know. Maybe just trying to be cool, but
yeah. Well, yeah, there's certainly all that kind of stuff is always going on and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I guess.
But did it have the circle and everything, or was it?
Yeah, kind of like a circle, but totally different bottle and stuff like that. So, yeah. So, interesting. That's Royce Neely calling there. We'll call him when the show ends, see what he's got going on. But, this 10-year-old's delicious stuff, right? I mean,
It's
really
fantastic.
Really, really a great.
Fruity, almost like a raisin note in the best way possible.
Yeah, it is very nice. Drinks well below its proof, too, of 132 plus, which is cool. So, really, really great. So we got a good sipper here. So McNew, you're in town. You came in to go see a concert, right?
Yeah, we went to Post Malone and Jelly Roll last night.
Okay. And you go ahead, Darren.
Where was that at?
It was at Busch Stadium.
Busch Stadium.
Wow.
I was
This
gonna
was
say.
my first time ever being there, and that's a really cool stadium.
Yeah. Oh,
like
yeah.
you can see like downtown and the arch. Like it's beautiful there. It would actually be great for a baseball game too. That I've never been to.
We should try playing baseball there. That'd be fun.
Crazy idea.
Yeah,
if
yeah.
anyone picks us up on that, we want commission.
So I have a thing about this though, because like I went to Cincinnati a lot. I go to Cubs games a lot, mostly because apparently I have a fucking type and it's Cubs fans. But like those stadiums look bigger to me, but like I know they're probably all the same size because
Wrigley is
MLB.
tiny. Tiny.
I feel like Busch looks tiny compared to Wrigley.
Really?
I think the stage messed things up.
Because
they put them out in the outfield.
I will fully admit the stage was taking up a lot of space, but I was like, it feels little.
Like Wrigley is a small baseball field. Wrigley's one of the smallest in the MLB.
This one feels small to me too. But
Cincinnati is a little bit bigger.
yeah.
But I don't think it's bigger seat wise.
No, it might be bigger because of the way it's made and it's on the river. So I'm just like, the views are different. I don't know. It was probably the stage
small.
yesterday that was messing me up. I'm like, this feels like a tiny baseball field.
Right. And a good crowd there? There was a lot of people at this event?
Yeah. I don't think it sold out, but it was a really good crowd. Not overcrowded though, because like, who all can really go to a concert on a Tuesday? Which actually is so much fun. I'm just like, getting divorced is great. You want to go to a concert on a Tuesday? Hell yeah, I do. I have no reason not to. It was fantastic.
So, So it wasn't pretty well sold out. Was it mostly a Post Malone concert, or was it like
Posty was headlining? He was the headliner. Okay. Jelly Roll was like the opener, and then Sierra Farrell opened. And she's fantastic. Like, I didn't realize who she was at first. I'm like, oh, I do like her. She's really freaking good. So I thought it was going to be...
I'm shocked that this wasn't completely sold out.
Yeah, I am too.
Why was it on your radar, Darren? How come you didn't go? You're like country music.
I don't... Like,
you don't like Post Malone?
I don't want to go see him in concert. Also, I'm never going to a concert again.
Really?
Yeah, I
Not
got
a
burnt my
concert
last time and didn't enjoy it. So
Whoa! Was it that Fire Fest you went to?
Darren got me to the Fire Fest. He's like, I'm still in debt over it.
I was trapped there, nothing to eat,
Credit
no place to go to the
card still amounts
bathroom. Yeah.
no, it's when I got an MIP. So
That's
I know it's because I was
happens.
being stupid, but
No, nobody cares. It happens. We learn.
But I don't know. I've only been to 2 concerts ever, and I said that was enough.
All right. Which ones have you been to? Because it could have just been the crowds there.
I went to Thomas Rhett
Okay.
at Mizzou Arena, so like with all of his fans there. That one was pretty good.
That one's all college kids though, so it's going to be a certain level of stupidity.
never
and
even heard of that
drunkenness.
guy. Okay.
Yeah, he's a country music guy. And then I went to Kid Rock, which is how I got an MIP because I was the only person under 40 drinking at a Kid Rock concert.
Well, yeah, that just tells me everything I needed. Of course, you had a bad time.
Yeah.
Better.
Kid Rock, but we didn't even see Kid Rock. Eric Church was opening for him.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Wow.
and we're like, I was like, I'm mostly here for Eric Church. Like, I love Kid Rock too, but I love Eric Church.
Fantastic. I saw him a couple years ago with the Kaplans when he was in Indy. Eric Church is freaking fantastic.
Yep.
Like,
and it rained the whole time, and we were outside.
that's
and it
miserable
was,
anyways.
Like just above 40 degrees. It was the worst.
miserable.
Was this before the long hair?
It was growing.
Oh, okay.
It was literally like 7 months before I turned 21.
Oh.
But I've seen your picture without the long hair.
Yeah,
it's
that
your
was
baby
more
face.
high school.
How the hell can you think that you could get away with drinking underage
Yeah.
with that face you had?
Yeah.
So,
I don't think I had the beard at the time. I think I just shaved it. So.
Oh. Yeah, you were definitely looking underage.
Well, yeah, and again, we were the only people in the whole parking lot. This was at Verizon Wireless Amphitheater.
no, is that Riverport?
Yeah, whatever. I knew you were going to correct me.
You guys do that too. So we have
Right.
one in Indy that's been renamed like 1,000 times. So
Yeah,
it was
this one's been renamed
It was
1,000
like originally Deer Creek, and everybody like over 40 still swears it's Deer Creek.
Right.
It hasn't been that in so long. And then when I was going to concerts a lot, it was Verizon. I was like, yeah, we're going to Verizon. Now it's like Ruoff Home Mortgage or something.
Yeah.
And nobody calls it Ruoff.
Yeah.
They're just like, oh, Verizon. Oh, Deer Creek. Like, that's all we know
I'm
it
not
as.
falling for their Riverport's named after because it's by the river. It just makes sense. Now when we get all these naming rights and all this bullshit,
Yeah.
and they want us to be whatever something empathy. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not playing their game.
See, I always, like, most of my adult life, or my memory life, it's been Verizon. So that's what I call it. And now it's something completely different. I think it's Hollywood Casino Amphitheater.
Yeah, they need to stop renaming things. Because
Yeah.
like I still call ours Verizon too. I'm like, that's what it was when I was going. It's what it is forever.
Right. Yeah. So that's interesting. McNew, tell me about this Natalia. So I'm through season 2 now.
Okay.
Now it fell apart after season 2 wrapped with the people that she's living with. I haven't got into any of that. So that's with kind of the crazy mom, and then the guy who's like a bishop, and he's very righteous, of course, and very a man of God, and a calming kind of voice. Also a little off the rails. I mean, he broke up the one interview over nothing because he said the guy was cussing too much, which is crazy. And then that guy just used it as a way to get the hell out of there, which was bad because they let him off the hook. But then the season ends with him, we're done with her. She's an idiot. She only cares about herself. Mr. Man of the God, my God. She's taking a bad path right now. We hope to get her. No, he's just
done.
Fucking done with this cunt. My God, Mr. Religious Man.
You're supposed to be helping people.
Right, exactly.
But no.
But I love when you can really see how people are. And
that mask comes off so quick.
Right, yeah. So I like that. Well, here's what's bothered me most out of the whole thing. Because I find Natalia actually, as an adult, to be pretty coherent, pretty kind of well put together, thought out speaker, which is interesting. Mm-hmm. Not what I would have anticipated based on her education level, the way she was treated, what she had to go through. I find her to be an engaging young woman. But so that's kind of an amazing component too, that you could even come out of what she's done and be a good person. And she does seem like a good person. I don't know. A lot of weird shit happens around her. So maybe she's just good at acting on the camera. But the craziest thing to me, and the whole goddamn thing, is the original wife, this one woman who started all this shit. She's considered Indiana hot. What in the fuck world is that woman considered fucking hot? What is the deal with Indiana hot? My God, she's got all these men wrapped up around her because she's sending out photos where she's fucking disgusting looking. I don't understand what is this Indiana hot thing going on?
I'm gonna look her up. I forget what she looks like. She's blonde, right?
She's blonde, bad blonde. Sending out photos of herself. They have to put the little star, by the vag, so she's sending out these photos that just entrap these guys in.
No, she's not though. Like she looks like a teacher. Like a Sunday school teacher.
She looks to me like just a fine, everyday person.
I'm offended that this is called Indiana hot. Like, it's
it's definitely a category because Indiana hot is different than Southern Florida hot, right?
Like Midwestern hot.
Like Miami hot is very different than Indiana hot.
No, you could be like a 6 in Indiana, but you're going to be a 2 in Miami. We all understand this. We understood.
But she has all these men wrapped up, and she gets whatever she wants by sending some.
I think she's just very manipulative.
I guess, but Indiana hot helps though when you're dealing your business.
We got to stop calling it that.
And some people like the more down to earth approach with. I don't know what this is about at all, but it sounds like she's using her body to take advantage of people, right?
Yes, control them.
Okay,
so,
and some people are there's a lot of different people in the world that like different things, and so girl next door, right? It's the same thing,
true.
more every day.
Everybody has a type. There's something for everybody out there.
So
but
Indiana hot's a thing.
It's funny though because she wanted to be all prim and proper. They're from Plainfield, which is not the New Carmel, but it's kind of one of those uppity suburbs where it's my life is perfect. Here's my husband who makes this much money and I get to stay home, and here's my SUV and my kids play soccer. It's one of those types of places, and it's crazy that she's out there selling photos and doing these things when she's all buttoned up and PTO mom better than everybody.
She had and I don't even understand how. She's got one kid who's a super genius, so she pitches some publisher to allow her to write a book how she turned this kid into a super genius. And I think it all goes down to she thought she could adopt any kid, and because she starts believing in her mind she's the cause of this, she could turn that kid into a genius. When she gets Natalia, she realizes she can't turn her into a genius, and that's where this thing really goes wrong.
It goes off the rails. And I think she's a terrible mother because I think she treated her children like science experiments.
Yeah.
She
I think she's
really
a terrible
much
person.
did.
Yes.
But the Natalia thing is crazy because they were insisting, she's not a little girl, she's an adult. I don't think she was a full-grown adult. I also don't think she was a toddler or whatever. She was probably a tiny little 12-year-old or something.
Maybe.
She's adopted from the Ukraine or something.
Ukraine,
So she didn't have the best upbringing. She's probably not going to act like a normal 12-year-old. I don't think she was a toddler, and I don't think she was an adult. I think they really fucked her over. They're here's an apartment, good luck. Poor kid didn't have a chance.
Yeah. Yeah. And like I said, it's hard to believe. It's a real story. That's the Indiana judge that changes a girl from being 9, and again, she's probably not 9, but change her according to the documentation, from being 9 years old to 23, which, by the way, is the perfect age where you no longer have any fiduciary responsibility to an individual. So prior to that, as a person with special needs, through age 22, they would have to contribute to her.
Yeah, financially, insurance,
correct.
all
And
of
then she goes on Social Security, all that kind of stuff, as a quote-unquote adult. So this judge changes that. I don't understand how this judge can do that.
And I really think that judge, maybe not disbarred, but he needs looked into, because that is crazy just to, and what proof, and, what doctors were involved, because I think you would need doctors and medical professionals to be hey, we did this test, and these bones are a 23-year-old's bones or something. You know what I mean? Not that she's dead and we're picking her bones apart, but there's got to be some kind of genetic testing to tell somebody's age, I would think, in this day.
So Indiana justice, not good. Indiana hot, not good.
Indiana, not good. I think that's what we've learned.
I'm trying to leave, so I'm not really going to defend it that much. So
I just thought it was the perfect thing to discuss with McNew popping in today. So yeah.
I wouldn't call her Indiana hot. Like she's somebody's like.
Well, I wouldn't call her Indiana hot either. I'd call her Indiana disgusting. But that being said, the number of men that she's able to wrap up and by sending them photos of her, quote unquote, hot photos, I think in that stage she's considered hot. I guess.
I don't know. I do know the older I get that men are lonely and stupid, and the lonelier they are, the stupid they are. And I think she just knew how to like manipulate.
I guess. Like if I knew her, like I maybe I worked at the grocery store she was at, and I got to say hello to her and stuff like that. And she seemed like a nice lady, but then one day she sends me an airdrop, and it's her fucking scantily clad. I'm going to be pissed. I'm not going to be happy about
I
this.
Didn't sign up for that.
I didn't sign up for the Indiana hot. This is not my thing.
Indiana hot.
It's like the new version of Nashville hot, like the chicken.
Right.
It's just referring to something completely different now.
Yes, yeah. It's like one time I went to, you think you go to a water show where it's girls in bikinis and they're all doing ski jumps and stuff like that. And one year we did that in the Wisconsin Dells. And Wisconsin Dells version of the bikini girls.
Wisconsin hot's different than Florida hot. That's for sure.
Wisconsin hot, you get bonus points for how fast you can finish a 30-pack. Like,
yeah. Like, I'm not just in Wisconsin, but I'm
Right.
thinking like
I actually like Wisconsin quite a bit.
They could probably like chop down a tree with no issues, but but have some big humans.
Like, well, this is different.
Like, am I turned on or am I disgusted? I don't know. I don't know what's happening over here.
I mean, it's very normal looking, to be honest with you. I mean, it's just kind of just everyday people. I mean, it's I mean, I can't judge how people look because I don't look great, so I get it. But I also don't see myself appearing in a bathing suit in a show where a bunch of tourists are staring at me. So that's crazy. But
yeah.
But good for them, honestly. Like,
sure. They own it. Yeah, they own it.
Yeah. It is funny though, because like you will see some couples where I'm just like, man, that's a really attractive person, and their partner is just like, did you pull them out of like the basement? Like, what is this? Like, it doesn't. Maybe they have a great personality. I'm just like, it doesn't make sense sometimes when you just look at people.
Yeah.
It's like Pete Davidson, everyone that he's dated, like on a famous level.
Yeah,
he's dated like the hottest of supermodels ever.
Yeah,
and then you see Pete Davidson, you're like, what? How did we?
I don't understand that at all.
Yeah, like I don't.
McNew, you like that guy?
I don't think he's physically attractive. Let me start there. But the personality, like he's a goofball. I think if you have a drink with him, he can definitely like pull some girls. I think it's all personality with Pete.
I guess
I think you just
he's
like
a toad.
Yeah, like his face isn't cute. Like his body's
I don't think
gangly.
he's funny or anything like that
I think
either.
he's hilarious. I do think he's funny. So
yeah, I don't get the whole Pete Davidson thing, but
yeah.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? At this point, I guess he's got some money. I guess I don't really know where he gets it from. Saturday Night Live typically doesn't pay people.
He does a lot of like
commercials,
like just random one episode TV shows.
Yeah, like
and gets paid a good amount for that.
Yeah,
I guess so.
And I mean, he's had specials before too, so I don't know.
Probably does well on that
residuals and stuff. But no, SNL people, how the hell did Colin Jost pull Scarlett Johansson? I don't. Like, Colin's cute, but
not Scarlett Johansson.
Not Scarlett Johansson cute. How the hell did he pull that? Like, that one's impressive. Something about them SNL guys with the charm, I think, is doing something. I don't know.
I guess you're right. Funny. You got to be funny. That's key. That's key.
Yeah.
Colin Jost is funny, though.
He is. I do like Colin.
Did you guys see him? Like, he was doing Olympic coverage for the Olympics.
He was great.
And then he got like stung by something and had to be sent home. And he was like still cracking freaking jokes.
Yeah.
Something always happens to the Olympic coverage people. Remember when Bob Costas had something go wrong with his eye, and he tried to fight his way through it for the Olympics, and it was painful watching him. So, but I don't know. Snoop Dogg goes there. That's my guy. Dude, I like Snoop.
My favorite thing that's ever happened is like this new Snoop Dogg arc. Like he was like this gangster rapper. He's done prison time in the 90s, and now he's like America's grandpa, and we're hosting things, and we're prim and proper, and he's just like a positive light in the world.
Yeah, everybody likes the
crazy.
Guy. That's all. He goes across all age categories, which is cool. I mean, it's Snoop.
I think people that might like him the least are like the people that were his first fans.
Probably.
Yeah, they're just like, this is embarrassing now. We still want to be a tough guy, and you're like, what happened?
Oh, Snoop taught me how to be tough, and now he's all cool and well-rounded.
Making some cookies with Martha, like.
Yeah. So, well, there you go. There's a little look at what it's like hanging out here at the ABV Barrel Shop. We'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Darren, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at the Bourbon Adventure. It's also 5 days a week here at the ABV Barrel Shop.
McNew?
I'm on Instagram at McNew ABV.
For me, I'm an easy guy to find at Steve Akeley, Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website, abvnetwork.com. Check that one out. All of our previous content is out there. Also, come by and see us at the ABV Barrel Shop, like McNew. She's just coming through for a quick concert and then heading back home the next day. But she made sure she stopped in here at the ABV Barrel Shop, and you should too.
You're just obligated to stop and say hi.
Yeah, absolutely. So check us out online, abvbarrelshop.com, see what we have going on, that type of thing. McNew, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I'd like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review. That includes comments. And if you like what we're doing, we ask that you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV
That's going to do it for today. We'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye y'all.
Peace. Before we let you go, let's talk about one last thing. The ABV Barrel Shop in the St. Louis community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on a couple of things. First of all, single barrels. We are the place where single barrels live. We go to distilleries, taste through the whiskey, select the best barrel, and have it shipped to our store where we present it to you, our customers, by allowing you to try before you buy. We're also known for the classes that we have in our education center in the store, as well as the events we have with industry professionals from the bourbon business. If you're in the St. Louis area, please come by and visit us at 6 Fox Valley Center in Arnold, Missouri. Or at a minimum, at least sign up for our email and text distribution so you know exactly what's going on in our shop over at abvbarrelshop.com. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.